Well, we're learning a ton as we continue to watch A Nomad's Tale. Let's see what the Nomad lad Chloroken has for us. And this week's episode of A Nomad's Tale, let's see about it. Thanks for being here on the live. Let's check out what he has for us.
I found this dude just sitting here. Not sure what he's doing, but
Moa.
I think I'm gonna try to kill him.
We're in a wormhole. We've got a Loki, what it looks like. We got Covert Cloak, Shieldy Boy with some missiles, with some probes. Kind of hard to see with chap. That's fine. We got a Moa. Chilling. Let's see where this Moa's going. He's about 100 km off the wormhole. So we enter, as most wormholers do, into danger. Yes.
Oh.
Splash. Comes through with a broadsword.
Okay. I see what's going on.
Broadswords are big. Long web's good idea. He's quickly maneuvering with his Nomad setup to get long range.
I just need to be able to web this guy so he doesn't get back through. And I still got like 4 minutes to do it. He's gonna wait on polarization.
You can't keep going back and through wormholes. You'll get polarized, meaning that there's a cooldown, means you can't just keep going back and forth. That's all it is. You just can't keep going back and forth. That's it. So thanks for the sub, Stouts guy. 072. Yes.
Onyx.
An Onyx.
They're bringing mad people.
Chat, an Onyx, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in a wormhole and you see an Onyx, good luck, dude. Onyxes are some of the most tanky ships in the game. If only my search bar would load. Come on, Onyx is the T2 ship for Caldaris. Heavy interdiction cruisers are not just literal boulders in space. They can also hard point you with their warp disruption field generator. These ships, if you see one of these, you need help. Very difficult to solo these ships. They are just the ship by itself. What's the raw HP on this puppy? 15k doesn't seem like a lot. When you start adding a lot, they can get up there. So you really have to be careful if you see an Onyx.
Cool. I don't think I'm gonna be able to deal with this.
Rythal says, can you fit in space? He has near an Orca. An Orca has a ship maintenance bay. When it's like that, it acts like a mobile depot. That's how he's been doing this. If this is your first time seeing our Nomad Tale, definitely go check out our first video where we kind of explain all this, the whole thing that he does. You'll see the Orca has a fleet hangar capacity. Let me move this over. Fleet hangar capacity, ship maintenance bay. Because it has a ship maintenance bay, anything around the Orca, not the Orca itself, but if there's a ship here, you can start refitting because you're close to the Orca. If you're solo, these are his own accounts, correct? This is his entire setup, is his Nomad setup. He's his own man, floating in wormhole space, fitting his own stuff. He don't use stations. Pretty sick. Pretty sick.
Sadly, I think I
Onyx very large. Broadsword too, very scary. Isn't a broadsword a hack as well? Heavy assault cruiser. Hack.
They're gonna close it. Darn.
He's rolling the hole. Okay.
Oh man, I didn't close it. So now I'm gonna send the broadsword through.
They want to roll the hole, but see how it's pulsing? It's not dead yet. Another pilot of Phobos. They got the hat trick. They got all the hacks. They have a big mast cruiser to roll the hole. If you don't know what wormholes are, watch our other videos.
Man, there's so many people. It's the third one.
Lock him up. And through.
He literally ran into my Loki ran into him. My Proteus ran into him and decloaked.
Is he gonna be able to get one of these guys?
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I don't think I can.
You ever seen a wormhole slurp and just be out of existence? First time I ever saw that, I actually scanned down a wormhole, was mid-warp, and as I warped to it, I watched it like shrink and die. And I went, what happened? I didn't know what the hell happened. Thank God, because if a wormhole dies, it means during the day, typically, it means somebody went through it too many times.
Stop those dictors.
Well, you saw it here first, Zacenus.
I feel like they're just too fast. Like even if they micro.
No, because I had another chain.
I get an instant lock on them. The web still takes like 3 ticks to apply, and they're literally like already at the thing, and then I have to get through the tank.
True.
And yeah, I can put 2 webs on them, but they can pull more victors through the wormhole to start fighting me if they wanted to. I mean, ideally with these 2 ships, I want to catch rolling battleships more than Hictors, I think.
Yes.
I really don't think I had much of a plan or a chance there.
You see how his thinking is like, hey, I'm not going to be able to catch Hictors, okay, heavy interdiction cruisers. His priority, actually, he said, I'm not going to be able to catch one of these. I could catch rolling battleships. Do you hear how the conversation is? These are harder cruisers, harder to catch and kill than battleships because of their utility, because of their stuff. Stop shooting me, Bob. How dare you? Amazing stuff. So we got
on this venture, presumably mining one of these. I don't know if it's worth trying to even kill him, but
get some kills, baby.
Guess he's gotta die.
Content's content. He's found a venture
for the micro.
Got a Loki. Hope you have
got the black hole effect, so he's not gonna be able to warp out as quick.
That's true.
Might work.
First time I saw the black hole.
All right, he's pretty freaking. He's not even moving. Okay, well I guess he's gonna die.
The alpha.
Gotta go for the bump.
Bro, hit him.
Oh, he's moving now. Did I get the bump? Did I miss it? Oh, I missed it.
Missed the bump. Is he gonna miss the venture? They're hard to catch.
Oh, I got out. All right, no venture kill. That's okay though. We'll keep the Proteus on the other side.
Well done, huh? So first of all, don't ever be stationary on a point because people will find you. He missed the bump because the venture started aligning. And how fast was the venture going? The venture was going about 156. So we did not have, this was honestly luck, not skill. The venture saw him coming with the combat probes and started moving well before he landed is what it looks like. Because look, he lands, well no, he's at 0. Next he's at 156. So this actually, love you Chloroken, this was a Chloroken problem I think because he missed the bump. You can try to manually pilot it. It's kind of tough when you have a micro warp drive on. A bump is, the venture is aligning out. Your Proteus is going to come in with an MWD and try to punch him and get him to stop aligning. Because if you stop aligning, you stop the warp. But because he went past the venture got out. So if you ever hear like bumping, that's what that is. You can literally stop the align. It stops the warp. Good job.
Oh, I got out.
Good job, venture.
No venture kill. That's okay though. We'll keep the Proteus on the other side.
Ventures are hard to catch too.
When you live out in NOICS, you have to scan a lot. I've said that a couple times,
yes.
But you have to actually really enjoy doing this. If you hate scanning, you will never want to play out here. Like we have to scan hundreds of signatures every day to do what we do out here. And I kind of like it actually. I kind of like just scanning this stuff down and bookmarking it and logging it and building a little map and then coming back and taking advantage of it.
It is fun.
Like for me, that's fun. But I just feel like I should really emphasize how much scanning you have to do because in some of my clips, I don't necessarily show you how much scanning is required to unlock the stuff we're doing. So like scanning down a system here, I mean, I seriously do this like 20 times a day minimally on my own.
Wow.
And we build like a pretty decent map nowadays, and that's how we're able to get, you know, PV.
So, totally agree with his decision to do that. Scanning is one of those to not show this scanning. Scanning is one of those things that doesn't have to be difficult. Okay, it doesn't have to be hard. You just need a dedicated scanning ship. And I use a pacifier. This fit will be in the description for you. It's a big ship. It's 700 million ISK. I don't hack with this. This is just scanning. You don't need to have such a big ship. You know, this is 136 probe strength. If you watch our other Ant videos, you will have seen this. Some people have been asking for other ships. I could give you a scanning ship in my Helios. This is my like dangerous areas of space. I'm going to get the hell out. Sub 3 align Helios. I might put this in the description for you. You can also hack, but I don't love it for wormhole space. Okay, the goal of this ship is to be able to be 123 points. We got the nullifier. We are sub 3 align with the double eye stamp. So you're going to have to be real fast to catch me. And because we have the range finding array, it just scans fast. We sacrifice a lot of power for the hacking, but I'm really caring about getting out. We have the single. You can't even use this because of the drone bandwidth is so low. And the halcyon thing. Tell you what, I'll put this in the description for y'all because some of you were saying, Loru, that pacifier is way too expensive at 700 million. Here's one that's 1/10, 76 million. And look, if you want to hack, you can do that too. If you don't, you can put some other mids in there and call it a day. Check this out in the description. I'll put the fit on screen for here so you can pause if you want to look in the description. It's there. I promise you. We always do it. Here it is in case you need. Much cheaper. Tech 2 stuff coming. You can use a buzzard too, but I like the Helios.
The opportunities.
Love the Heron. Great ships.
Good connections to Jeddah and so on and so
Love
forth.
them.
But really, you gotta like scanning. And what I do personally is I usually just put on like a relaxed show or some music or something like that.
Yes.
And, just bang out the systems. Try to do them all. Try to do the ones that are connected to your system at the start of when you come on, and then you can explore later if you run out of stuff. But
right.
I like to usually go 2 dimensions deep as often as possible. So my system would be 0, and then my statics and wanderings would be 1, and then those connections would be 2. And by that point, you could have 50 to hundreds of wormholes.
So he's saying he lives in Wormhole 1. Okay, he lives here. This one has its own, stuff to scan. It's all this stuff. What he does at the start of his day is Wormhole 1 is going to have various statics and wanderings. These are holes that constantly spawn. So let's say he has 4. Let's just say, just for the sake of it, he has 4, 2 and 2. It's more likely 3. We'll just go with 3. Let's say he has this much. He's going to go scan down Wormhole 2 as well, but there's going to be others. So there's going to be Wormhole 3, and there's probably going to be Wormhole 4. Okay. Let's say one of these leads to like low sec, whatever, just to be honest about how this goes. So this one you don't have to scan because it's in low sec, whatever, fine. Let's say this one goes to 3. You have to scan it. He scans this one. He scans Wormhole 2, and he goes down the chain again to the one that this leads to, Wormhole 4. And let's say he goes to Wormhole 5 as well. This is why he says scanning is like, you just keep doing this. It's pretty sick. Living in wormholes, it's a completely different way to play EVE Online. And you do need to like scanning, but it doesn't need to be a chore. That's why you go use one of the fits that we just talked about.
Possibly. Yeah. So really just depends on the day. But yeah, you gotta really like scanning. And
997, if you just go to my YouTube and you type in alt training guide, it'll pop up.
Luckily for me, I do. All right, so here's something a little bit different.
My allergies, champ.
The mapping tools that people use in EVE are generally purposed for groups, right? You're using a web app to share data to other players and get a UI out of it that you share and manipulate together. One of the problems with this setup is that people are paranoid about having that data, like what systems you're in, what ships you're in, etc., accessed by other people. What people generally tend to do is they tend to host the open source mappers on their own hardware so that they have control over who accesses the data, right? That's all fine, but honestly, for what we're doing here, solo nomading, almost all of the mapping apps are totally overkill.
I don't think you need it.
So I kind of was just like goofing around, and I came up with the idea of like a simplified map program for like day trippers and solo players. We pull it up on screen here. Wait, let's just copy the system first. So if you copy this, right, it gives you a string that looks a little bit like that, right? But if you copy it into a notepad, it looks a bit like that. So we take that copy, and then in our program, we simply Control V, and it parses that HTML string into a system that we can drag around. And you can right click to recolor it. So we're in
EVE players are built different. Now, Chloroken codes, we've seen him talk about this in the past. He's a programmer. He knows what the heck he's doing. EVE players, baby. Goodness, this is sick. It's like, in my spare time, I'm going to make a tool to help me enjoy the thing I'm enjoying more effectively. That might be, I've said this in the past, but that actually might be the most EVE Online thing I've ever heard. Like, I'm not going to use someone else's tool. I'm going to make my own. That's pretty sick.
A class 4, so it'd be that color, right?
Sure.
Now, what I've done next is now you have systems in here, and the only way to add them right now is like right-click copy that. Now that I have that, you can copy the signatures, and if you hover your mouse over the system and paste it, you get all of the signatures, right? That kind of just keep going back towards the
This is great.
system itself. What ends up happening is if you copy the systems and put them in here like this, we're just going with hypotheticals here, you can then start to drag connections, right? And they'll like self-correct. They'll try to like tug at each other a little bit. So for example, do something like that, and you'll notice these will try to fight for each other, and you can kind of play with them, redirect them a little bit, etc. You can further edit this with like delete and stuff.
This is like something he did in his spare time. This is awesome. This is sick, dude. In chat, we knew he was smarter than me. Now we really know.
Simple, but I kind of like to goof around with stuff like this.
Really cool.
I think that this visual style of day tripper thing, plus the fact that it's not hosted, is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's his own information.
If somebody gave it a bunch of functionality and allowed you to use it on your own box.
That's pretty cool. Hopefully he made that available to people. And if not, Chloroken. Time to make some ISK. Next time you go to gank a hacker. Let's see it. He's here. He's got only a 300,000 ISK. He's got a cheetah. They might not be alone. Okay, so check this out. This is a cheetah. He's doing the sights. This, let me go a little bit further. Okay, he has multi-boxing. Look, now we've got guns, combat probe. This is a Proteus. Okay. So his cheetah's here. Proteus is here, waiting. He's just standing there, menacing that he's just waiting for them. So this is a really good point. Chat, you're never safe, Eve.
That's the buddy system.
Yep.
Proteus sitting right here, ready to defend. A little cheetah.
Yep. It's another reason that I say dual boxing is one of the best ways to play Eve as a working adult, because if you just have a cheetah, someone comes kill you. That's it. But if you have two omegas, which is the best way to do this as a working adult, two omegas, you can have omega alpha. You can have omega alpha for a while, but then that one will become an omega for sure. This, it's only $30 a month. This is what happens. Like, you can safely, if you get killed in your cheetah, fine, your Proteus will definitely be able to take out what's there. Unless there's like an overwhelming force. In that case, there's nothing you can do. This is the kind of stuff that opens up when you have two accounts. Now, some of you, again, we say this in every video that we talk about this. Some of you that are in null that have like 30 accounts, I know that you're making billions of ISK an hour and you don't need to listen to me. That's not who I'm saying this for. I'm saying this for people that are like less than 60 million skill points. People that are thinking about like, oh, should I get 5 accounts, 4 accounts? 2, plenty. And you can have one be an alpha for a while. You can't dual box with omega alpha. You can only dual box with omega. That's okay. Yeah. You'll still do great. Really good tips. Really good tips from Chloroken.
I actually just completed that relic site in under 2.5 minutes, and now I'm stuck here waiting on polarization.
Just chilling.
That's some hardcore cherry picking right there.
Yeah, it's the best sites. I mean, look at this. This thing has wormhole. Look here. Wormhole. It's just nothing but wormholes. Yeah, so time to leave. There is got a couple of those here. Oh, but he cherry picked them. Nice.
So I just caught myself just sitting here in space, just like looking at stuff. And like, I guess we've been here for weeks now, but I mean, this game is just so phenomenally cool looking. Just kind of crazy. Like, yeah, it's just shaders and lighting effects, but next time you hop on Eve, just fly around for a little bit. Just look at stuff. I think it's worth appreciating.
There's a moment when you're playing Eve, when all the graphs and all the UIs, you kind of get it. It all kind of clicks. And you have your like established area. You have some mist coming in. You have some stuff. And you just kind of stand back for a second and go, you feel very accomplished. You've carved your little corner. And the game looks awesome. You know, it's a lot of fun. There's a reason why I'm making this kind of content. It's not just because I think it's one of the best MMOs out there. It's because I think it's one of the best MMOs out there. Memes aside. Game's great. Game's awesome. Definitely recommend it. So that's true, Mafukin. Very, very true.
So I've been paying close attention to details of how the game is coded and presented to us. And obviously one of the main things in JSpace, as we've talked at length about, is the way wormholes look. And one thing I was a bit unsure about was when the mass quotas are hit and the wormhole shrinks. For me, it was a bit hard to understand like the size of it, because if it shrunk, I'm like, there's no point of reference, right? Unless you zoom your ship in and get right now.
Recent patch, literally last week. This is in October of 2025. If you're watching this in the future, and many of you will, you can now right click this wormhole, press show info, and it will show you mass layouts. It's a new thing. It doesn't appear in his version. It's a new thing. You get a ton more information if you right click the literal wormhole and press show info, just like you do with anything else. You know, you can like show info. This is my pod, so it's not going to do that. But do that, and it'll show you a lot of like wormhole related data that you can see.
Next to it, there's really no way to tell how big that thing is unless you memorize the size of it at a certain zoom.
Nice, Storm.
Right?
Yes.
Of course, there's a lot of information about this out here, but I did notice, and it's now crystal clear to me, that this inner circle, don't even worry about its motion or bouncing or contracting or anything like that. All you got to worry about is the size of this inner circle in comparison to the whole wormhole, right? That's all you got to do. So this inner circle right now, you'll get to know this.
I guess.
But I can tell right now.
Is that a thing? So he's kind of saying that, like, look how there's this like black circle around the wormhole. You can kind of see it like right here. Does that mean the mass used to be there? Is that what that is? Can we get that confirmed? Because that's really cool. But I haven't heard that. I didn't know there was, I knew there was a shrinking animation. I didn't know it like stayed like that. That's pretty cool. Just as like a visual, you know, hey, oh, that's what it is. Boom. So I had Excel spreadsheets I designed that no longer work. Oh man, Eve Tear, sorry about that. You know, the new Excel setup doesn't work with my old stuff. Sorry about that.
With my limited.
I haven't ever used like built-in stuff like that. Have you submitted some feedback to them? Because I know that their goal with that was to have more player connectivity, not less. So definitely submit some feedback there.
Experience that this hole is still fresh because the center circle here takes up a sizable portion of the overall wormhole. And that is a feel thing. But I'm going to show you, as soon as I find one, what it looks like when it is shrunk or on the verge of collapse. And it's dramatically smaller.
We'll see. Fresh hole, different size. Okay, 1.5, whatever. 2.5, sure. So it's crits suck in the wispy things. Okay, really? I didn't know that. So if you see a wormhole and all the like wispy energies coming out of it go in, it's because it crit. Nice.
It's contracted to
very interesting.
I want to say like half of this diameter. So
love Oz stuff for sure.
That here as soon as I find one. So I've been hanging out in these safe spots more and more often. I have a bunch now with a bunch of depots set up.
Of course.
And something I noticed is that if your internet is being spotty and booting you out of Eve, or if Eve's being intermittent, don't use these safe spots. Because every time you disconnect, you just get kicked off and someone can combat scan you down, I'm pretty sure, right?
Sure.
Instead, we're going to just warp and sit inside the bubble for today while they work on the internet hardware down the road there.
Gotta feed them hamsters.
But normally I would just hang out in space like I've been doing and rely on positioning and etc. to make people not see me as much. But today we're going to rely on the fact that if you get disconnected inside of a POS, you do not get emergency warped out. You're safe.
Really? I did not know this. So one of the things I love about this series is that he shows us what's happening to him. It's not just like the best moments. It's like, look, I have some DCs today. It happens. Sometimes internet's spotty. What do you do when all of your stuff is in space and you disconnect? Sounds real scary. Good stuff. I didn't know you don't warp out if you're inside of a bubble. Is that real?
So today is a sad day. My Loki has died. I lost the Loki. It's a really long and tragic story about how I died to a fucking ghost site because I don't understand how tanks work. So,
ghost sites. Recently buffed, so take this information with a grain of salt.
Yeah, so I don't know what the heck's going on here, but,
the ghost sites.
Pretty sure we just found another ghost site.
He did. Superior data.
All right, I think we're gonna do it. Let's get our keybinds right. And then go with data analyzer.
Data.
We're going.
Really, Syncline? I didn't know that.
Time's on.
Cool. All right, so he's in.
First one.
Scans him down. 24 million.
One.
Pretty good. Look right here. Right here. 25 million. 90 million. Hit that.
Okay.
Hit that one.
Third one. Third
one 60. Still 90 million from one, dude.
Nothing.
16. Go to the third one. Yes.
I guess.
Yep.
Right here.
Okay, so he's in.
Any power ups? Nothing.
Trying to poke. He's going real fast.
Yeah. Right,
failed.
Next one.
When you fail a hack in a ghost site, look. Half his shield gone. He should have turned his thing on.
See if we can make it.
Okay, there you go. Good. Good. He did. No probes yet.
Boomy. 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 Boomy.
Boomy. Boomy.
Not having hacking is actually really screwing me, I think, with how lucky I am finding these.
Hopefully he can get there in time. He's trying again. You fail the hack, you also blow up the thing. So
nice.
Hack successful. Looted it. Nice.
I'm just gonna go for the third one and just see, maybe.
The amount of times that I've said that, you know?
All right, we got 90 million-esque. That literally is worth the trip out here. That's more than I've made in any single site. But you know, there's another one right there that has some shiny things in it.
I get it.
Maybe we can get another one.
I get it.
Oh, wait.
Another 90 million. Now he's
Actually, they're both pretty bad, but...
kind of panicking, not really sure which one. What if the rats show up? He is back to full.
There they are.
There they are.
Blow up the can.
He's
How's
staying.
this work? I'm just going to keep hacking and see if
staying.
they let me. Oh, not going to get far, though. Okay, they got me pointed.
Yep. Okay, he's pointed.
Oh, I can still hack, though. I can still...
I think you noticed my massive mistake. What is his massive mistake? He's got a shield on. He's not heating his shield. He's low on this. He's going to fail the hack, and they're going to blow up this stuff.
Hack, though? Oh, they're doing crazy damage. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a crap ton of damage to him. He's not leaving. He should be leaving.
God, wait, what?
Look at this. Serpentis Sentry. Mainframe. Boom. 5k damage. These guys do not just do damage to the things. They also do damage.
Whoa. What's that damage?
Can't scram.
That tank did not survive at all.
We're talking about 200, 300. These guys do a lot. Okay. Oops, I went back way too far. The heck? Gas site? Oh my God. I'll fix it in a sec, chat. Where are we?
When you live out in Anarchus, you have to scan a lot.
This is like back at the beginning. I'm furious. Let's try to find the Loki. Editor, you can just, you can keep it in if you want. You can skip it. I don't care. Is this it?
Emergency warped out.
Nope. Keep going.
For a lot of it.
Here we are. We're back.
No chance of healing through their damage.
I didn't realize when they kill the can, it just does damage just as if I failed, which nuked my entire shield, and as a result, the Repper failed to keep up. So this is a really good point about the ghost sites. Well, to be fair, Chloroken, you were going to die even from them just damaging you. What happened when you're in a ghost site and the mobs warp on, the initial damage, thank you, champ. The initial damage is actually from them blowing up the cans. They blow up the data cans, which does like 5,000, 3,000 damage to you each, something like that. Then they come after you. So he's right that they blow up the cans like you failed the hack. If you fail the hack, they blow up too. Got to be careful. Big risk, big reward in ghost sites. Boom. You gonna get his pod?
That tank did not survive at all.
You gonna get his pod?
Hilarious.
Make a bookmark.
Oh, we got Rex.
At least you can come get your stuff.
And we didn't even drop any of our loot. Yo.
Sucks. It dropped nothing. Oh, it didn't drop a single good things. They just fly off and leave you. Okay.
Drop any of our loot.
Gosh.
Yo.
He can come back and get his loot, but Loot Fairy said
I think what did it was they
the mainframe.
The can hit me.
Yes.
I think they blew up the can next to me.
I mean, they were kicking him in the teeth
shield,
first.
and then by that point, I had no chance of healing through their damage, since I was no longer in shield resists for a lot of it, while the Repper tried to keep up. I think that's what happened. Wow.
Yeah, don't keep hacking. So ghost sites, this is still live. If you see mobs, get the hell out. But ghost sites have been buffed in the favor of the Capsuleers recently. The mobs come way later. So it used to be you could get one, maybe two cans. Now you can get 2, maybe 3 cans. Some of you that are faster are definitely going to be able to get all 4 cans. But it's not worth losing the ship. It's not. You literally think of it like this. You save ISK by dying less. So if you get 5 cans and then die in the 6th every time, if you get 5 ghost sites and you die in the 6th one every time, then you're losing all that ISK from those reships. So try to make it to 10 and go from there. So you can use a cargo scanner to get the best can correct. Correct. Yes.
Wow, this is like...
Defro, what's up? Welcome. We have a new bro coming in. Check. We get some 07s for our new bro friend, Defro, coming in. So just get back to you. My old mining grounds are now contested. Any tips for low sec mining in contested space? Join a corp in the area. Best ship's the friendship, baby. If you want to solo, you can head back to highsec. You can get your stuff in there. If you don't want to move all your stuff, you can pay a moving service. You can Google EVE Online moving services. There are plenty of people that will not scam you. You pay them a fee. They move all your stuff wherever the hell you want to go. It's a lot of fun. My buddy, actually, one of my best friends, came back to EVE, and he texted me, hey, I got back into EVE. Why is the sun red? Those that know. His home system, full of his ratting PvE setup with his golem, was now in Potchfin. Oh, baby. I said, brother, stay docked up. Do nothing. Let me call you later and come help you, okay? I told him, look, pay a service, get your stuff. Here's the service. I can't help you because, I'm not, me and Hotel, exactly. Very scary stuff. So he ended up actually getting most of his crap out, and he paid a service for like the golem, but he got most of his crap out because he had a blockade runner. So I was like, look, you have a BR, you're like good to go. I tried to help him scab it, he got himself out because we were playing at like different times. But it was one of those moments where he sent me a text and I was like, what's the like heavy meme where you're like, oh no. Like, careful.
The fuck up, Ghost Sites 101.
Careful. We learned from your Chloroken.
So since my unfortunate, well, I guess I can't even call it an accident. Since the unfortunate incident with the Loki and the
Yes.
Ghost Site, I've kind of been chilling a little bit. I do have to run to Jeddah a couple times to get some stuff, replace the Loki.
Right.
I have to do some more farming to get my ISK back up after renewing my subs. But I hopped on today to hopefully find a highsec connection that's easy and to find some gas to mine. And there's only 2 SIGs in my system. And I don't think I've seen this before in a class 4.
Which means
Both of these signatures are my statics. And there's no other SIGs in here.
it's not
So like if I was actually bearing this hole, like ratting like a traditional Wormhole player, I could literally just crit both these holes right now and then just go to fucking town on anomalies, right? Not that there are many in here, but there are quite a few.
You should.
I just thought that was cool that there's only 2 SIGs in here.
So he's saying that, look, these are pretty clearly some kind of wormhole. He can roll the holes, and then he can go sleeper ratting like crazy. By the way, if you're watching this video, you're watching us live, I am talking to a Wormhole Corp, and we are getting into that wormhole that they're in so that I can show you how to do Marauder ratting inside of a wormhole. And yes, we would like to show you Dreadnought wormhole ratting. Is that something you would like? Would you like those guides on how to print ISK at the top of the game? We'll have our new bro wormhole guides, and we'll have our new guides type 1 if that's something you like. Would you like that? I think so. It's gonna be good.
And we're in a double static system. Oh, nuts.
It's gonna be good.
I'm pretty sure there's a camp.
You can
in
use your
Tama
Drake.
on the north gate,
That's right, Exiled.
but it might just be like alone people picking people off. It's kind of hard to tell from Zco. It's a
That's
mix.
true. One of my favorite things about watching him do this is how differently
So we're gonna,
everybody plays Eve. Like I sign on, I check on, I typically am signing on in Jeddah. I'm checking to see if my corpse stuff is ready to go, if we have our wormhole scanned down, if there's a wormhole in Kino, right? I check to see if we have like a wormhole in Kino scanned. I don't see one now. If I was just signing on, I would go scan down a wormhole in my pacifier, so I can help them out. If there isn't one in Kino, if there's one in Otella, I might be like, hey, do we need something like this, So this, I start there, and then I kind of go like, all right, do I want to do Abyss? Do I want to go into Poshfin? Is there an OBS fleet? Is there some kind of fleet going with my corp? There's a lot of little things that I can do, and I use wormholes, but I don't use them like Chloroken does. I use them like very differently. And it's super interesting to see how he does stuff and how he does those things. How many skill points is a maxed out character? I'm going to give you the take of the century. Skill points numbers have nothing to do with being maxed out, and it's everything to do with, are you good at the game? Because we just passed 200 million skill points. We're at 208. There's plenty I don't know about the game. But you know what I'm real comfortable with? You put me in a Proteus, I can probably take you out. I've survived 1v4s. I can do it. I'm confident in my motorbike of a ship. I can do it. Okay, definitely can. When my corp and I are together, we're doing those OBS sites, those vigilance points. We're having a good time with it. Okay. It's not about the skill points. It's about the skill you have flying the ship, because somebody can have high skill points, but if they're not good at the ships they fly, if they haven't like battle tested it, really tried, it's like any other game, any other MMO. The more you're practice, the better you are. But if you're talking about literal raw skill points, yeah, it's like 550,000 skill points is at the top, I think. Pretty sure. Might be 600k now.
Take a look ski.
Might be. Tama's definitely faction warfare.
Feed here.
Yep. Is he jumping in without a?
I love feeding ships.
He's jumping in without a scout into Tama.
One might say it's all I do.
He's in a blockade runner. We're good.
Okay, look at that. So it's going to be on the north gate. It's always been on the north gate. That's where you come from highsec. It's only a few jumps from Jeddah.
So what are you going to do, Chloroken?
So we're going to obviously just run right through it from this side. But when we come back...
No bubbles.
We're going to have big problems getting through there, assuming they set up decloak cans and
basically
stuff, which
can't
they
go back.
Probably have. We're going to see here in a couple
seconds. Correct. So he's looked at local. He sees the yellows in local. You can't see it now, but whatever. If I was it wrong there. He sees the yellows. Tama's a very popular gate camping site. It's a low sec, so the Concord will not come help you. Look at the top left. If they catch him, he's dead, and they will set up literal cans around the gate to decloak people as they come in.
There's stuff we can do, however. Ooh, okay.
There it is.
Somebody on the gate.
Got a Spipple and a Rifter.
4x.
Yep.
Just a ton of people running around shooting each other. It's not even a camp.
2 bodies on the gate.
I figured it was a camp. But either way, I would not be surprised when I come back here if there's like a bunch of insta-lock shit on this gate on the other side. So definitely gonna be careful on my way back.
Pretty funny Eve Terror. Yeah, my guy is this is my main. I think we showed it before. Born back in 2008 in December. So call it 2009. And then I immediately joined my buddies like Nullsec Corp. I like went into the Nullsec Corp, and that was the story that we've told. My first ship ever was the Kieran, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I just trained into an electronic attack ship because I didn't know what I was doing. Do I have Hicks to 5? Oh snap! My rank, I have rank 5 Phobos. Ugh, didn't know that, chat. That's crazy. I knew the Novatus, that one's, or the Thalia, excuse me, that one's whatever. Yeah, Kyrie's. I flew this around as like a scout. It was just I didn't do any damage, and I didn't even warp scram people. I didn't know what I was doing. But goodness, I had fun warping around Nullsec. And I might have told the story in another Nomad's Tale. Did you see the family resemblance, chat? Don't talk to me or my son ever again, okay? I was in a carries cloaked up. I was in a fleet of like 50-something people. And they told me like, hey, new guy, just sit here, be like 400 off the gate. I had a micro warp drive, whatever. And just tell us if someone shows up. And I was like, sure, fine. So they go off and they're like doing whatever they do. We're like being invaded. There's like stuff happening. And I watched a Sino get lit in my solar system. And Titans and Dreadnoughts warp in. They were hard invading, trying to structure bash us. And I had to be the guy to go. And at the time I sounded like this.
FC. Who's that? Is that the new guy?
Yeah, we have a problem. I'm looking at 5 Titans, 10 Dreads, some battleships. There's a lot.
And it was just immediately all the comms were like, everyone started losing their minds. It was a lot of fun because they thought they were coming from the other side. I had to be the guy to be like, help me. And I just was like 400 off the gate. And I just stayed there and I was just de-scanning constantly. And I was like, look, that was all I did. I was just sitting there just pressing V and going like, I'm just going to stay cloaked. They're not going to find me. And no one found me, but man, I watched some carnage unfold. It was a lot of fun. So, they do look like they're robot heads, yes. Sometimes you don't need to be in the combat to be in the combat, so.
All right, so we've done a little bit of refitting for the Proteus.
Is Jeddah?
We have the hacking ship, the Cheetah, up to speed.
Nope.
We're going to wait to buy another Loki for a couple days so I can get like another bill or two in the bank before I start spending the little I have. But I'll still have the Proteus to gank people with, like herons and stuff.
One thing I wish he was doing was PI. You think, let's say you don't want to, let's say you live in a wormhole. Something I really recommend you do. Let's say you live in a wormhole and you're not in a station. You're like, let's say you're diving and you're just not sure about wormholes yet. What you can do is you can make your planetary industry, you can make it close to Jeddah. Try to make it like 3 or 4 jumps close to Jeddah because you can still make hundreds of millions of ISK in Jeddah. I was able to make about 400 million ISK in highsec a month. I think it was on 2 characters, I think. I have to go back and watch that's our intro video. Go check out that PI video. One of my favorite things about PI is you can reset this from anywhere. This PI node is in Pochvin, literally in a separate area of space. and I can stop this from where I am. That I'm in Jitta, and I can stop this, and boom, press submit. This is now churning. I don't have to worry about it. We've got, how much we got? We got 50 million. We got about 49 to 48 million isk. I can start and stop these from anywhere. So if you have your PI, maybe do it close to Jitta if you're a wormhole person. That way you can do it. Now, if you're in a wormhole corp, you want your PI to be in the wormhole, because wormholes, Pochfin, and nullsec, the best PI in the game, that's where you want to put it. So for sure.
Well, so it's not like I can't use both my PvP characters still.
Interesting.
But basically,
yes.
Me losing Loki, yeah, it definitely sucks. I'm kind of an idiot, but it's no big deal. I mean, we're just going to farm some more gas and do some more hacking and get our stuff back and have a jolly old time. And this time, when I get another ghost site, I'm going to understand that that tank was not enough.
Nope.
I think I've failed ghost sites in every capacity now, to the point where there's nothing left for me to screw up, I think. So, through the power of brute force,
we
have become a ghost site expert. Although we haven't proven it yet, but we will. In time. All right, we just YOLO'd it into the system. I'm pretty sure with Z-kill and everything, there's nobody camping this gate. Yeah, a lot of bodies from that guy though. That's pretty funny.
Crazy. Oh my god, there's 4 bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4. It ended just a capsule waiting to be killed.
Oh, I wonder if the Lancers are gonna go pick up those bodies. I know they're really into those things.
Never thought of that before. It looks like he's gonna be able to get out of Tama.
Sadly, I don't think they will. They only get mad at you for having bodies.
What if you have one account? And you don't necessarily, he's got all of his haul and his cargo here. What do you do? What you can do is if this is Tama, okay, this is the scary spot. And let's say you're in the system before it, okay, you're in this system. What you can do is you can dock up here. Get in a Corvette in a NPC station, okay? You can click board my Corvette, that's right here, right? And you can go into Tama and just see if there's a gate camp. And if there isn't, you can crash back, come dock up, get your ship, come back. That's a lot of steps. But what's more steps? You taking a little bit of time to like quadruple check that you're good to go in one of the most dangerous sections of Eve, or you losing your ship with all your loot. So if you go to Tama, my spouse will kill you.
So I just got back to my house from a trip to Jeddah, and I realized that I bought 2 data analyzers.
Amazing. You did. He got it at the wrong Jeddah.
Fucking Jeddah 4.6.
Happens to the best of us. Oh no, so he doesn't have them.
Damn it. I feel like somebody's getting ganked right now.
Here we go.
I don't know where they are, but
it's in highsec.
That bell.
D-scanning. Like he's in a cheetah.
The station, maybe?
There's a griffin and a kitsune. See? So he's, check right here where my finger is. So he's D-scanned, and he sees a griffin and 2 kitsunes off of the station. Is the kitsune the Tech 2 griffin? Is that? It is. It's the ECM ship. What is bro doing with triple ECM?
Kind of curious who just got ganked. Also, that wormhole looks super cool.
It does. How do you gank somebody in a kitsune?
Go ahead and tell me that wormhole's not cool as hell looking. Oh yeah, get it right up in there. Oh, look at that.
Look at this wormhole, chat. Beautiful.
And that's an example of how the inner circle is actually a fish-eyed reflection of the Skybox for the destination. That is a Skybox of Verge Vendor right there.
Did you know that? This game has so much depth. In the picture in the wormhole is actually the Skybox of your destination. What the heck, dude?
You can see it through it, and it kind of reflects off.
That's sick.
I noticed something really wild that I don't think I've seen yet in terms of the mapping. So today, if we look at the map, it's very small right now because of reasons we're about to get to. So our home system, we start off by saying we only have 2 SIGs, right? Both of our statics, a C5 and a C2. However, the C5 is end of life. So our only true connection out of there is the C2. Now the C2 has a highsec connection, a wormhole back to my home, and then a connection to a class 1. Now maybe that doesn't sound too interesting, but
Wormholes, man.
What this means is that I'm currently in a system with effectively only one exit. That exit leads to a class 2 system with a highsec connection and a connection to a class of system that is largely irrelevant. So essentially,
Sure.
I have a path from my home to highsec with almost no chance I'm going to run into somebody.
And this is kind of my point about understanding what the graphs mean in Eve. You'll get it. You are now an Eve expert when you can look at this. And this says I have a solo path paved for me to highsec. I have not even highsec. I have a safe path through the woods that will land me in town. That's what this means. This is one of the things that I used to say Eve is complicated until I started watching OSRS players. We've talked about this. That like they're dragging and dropping, reading menus just like you and I, y'all. Okay, so this is fine. What he's saying is that because he understands how this works, a C1 is very low ISK, very low amount of engagement there. There's not a lot of people going into C1s for ratting, let's say, okay, for anything. So he could basically take this path to get to highsec essentially for free. Remember, he scans like 50 of these per day, maybe more. So when he says, hey, I'm used to this, this is like a free path, he means it. He knows.
Almost no chance I'm going to run into somebody.
That's pretty sick.
It could come through the C5 hole, but to go from there to scan down my system to scan down to C2 to get to highsec, I doubt they're going to be interested in it when it's end of life.
No.
So we almost have a private little route to highsec today, which is really unique. Normally there's wandering wormholes everywhere.
Yes.
Today in both systems, we only have one wandering wormhole, and it's an exit. So essentially this allows us to just make a million trips to highsec totally casually, and we can just chill and map stuff really slowly because there's no way anybody's going to come in here.
Eve is so freaking deep, dude. And next time we'll get to day 28, the full Nomad's Tale playlist is right here. So make sure you get your second monitor content going. We'll see you there. And sub right here for the best Eve guides. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.